Okay. Welcome. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Boy Side Quest Show. This is an Eid special. Clearly, the rain has disturbed us, as you can see in the frames.
Real.
Yeah, so we're going to start with introducing the people. We have two guests today because it's an Eid special. You guys always know we do this thing all the time, even if I've not yet done it. So let them first say something about themselves. Then first we have Tanya. Let us say something.
Why do I go first? Anyways, hi, I'm Tanya. Something about myself. I'm pretty.
It's okay. Don't
You're
cry.
pretty.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't cry on camera.
No, even I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty.
We have Chucks next. Let him say something.
So hey guys, know me. You can call me Trevor or Chucks. Pretty much I'm a shy guy, I think.
Blessed is
The loyal guy.
Cute.
The loyal guy.
You already know Nkata, Troy, and Jero. So let's get into it. Since this is an Eid special, we're just going to be sidetracking the whole time. Literally, this show is called The Boys Side Quest. We're literally on a side quest today. We're just going to be sidetracking all the time. And the rain comes.
No, right?
Anyway,
Bro.
we're starting with the
Real.
question of the day that we posted the other day. It says, if you could change one thing about society's current outlook on life, what would it be and how has that affected you personally? So we're going to start with Trey giving us some of the answers. With the people.
Yes, please.
Trey, first don't overlaugh,
Why
man.
laughing at
I think don't mention people's names.
I'm not going to. Relax.
We live in
You
prison.
got this.
There's an option of going to prison.
Yeah.
People are complaining about the guys who have iPhones. You're bringing problems these days to people in community.
Read the thing properly.
Read the thing.
The comment says, but people thinking that having an iPhone gives you social status and the illusion of money, and also thinking that people having an Android means you're broke. Guys who have Androids, they're not broke. They just choose to buy Android. While the iPhone is a little bit
You
more
chose to buy a
expensive.
Technopop too.
Yeah?
You chose.
Why can't now we put it there?
That's what you did in the point.
Nah,
It's not an illusion.
I feel like people just want to overhead. The thing about society putting iPhones with an iPhone is a status phone. You should know that first of all. It really is a status phone. You can't say that iPhone is going to be held by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Of course, every day these days everyone has an iPhone.
Everyone
Even
has an
Kata
iPhone
one
these days. Everyone has an iPhone.
Even
these
safe
days.
border guys.
Even say border guy. Even my Baba has an iOS. But my
Everyone
Baba
has-
is that. Let's first leave him out of this.
So do you think
So
that
what's the whole issue around that whole?
I just think that
thing.
this person who sent this comment, it's not really society's outlook.
Someone
Someone
must have
having an
taken-
iPhone doesn't automatically mean they have money,
But
even
these
if
days-
it is a status phone.
these
It
days
really
that's,
doesn't,
that's
'cause-
what people prove.
And then an Android, it depends on the Android you're holding. Because like an S25 Ultra, bro, come on. We
Yeah,
all know
that's
that person
crazy.
has racks. We're not going to start saying some other person doesn't have racks. We do not an S25.
But I think it depends on the type of Android, like you have said. So if someone knows I'm holding an S25 Ultra, they can give you the respect you need. But
The type of which Android are you hating on? Infinix.
Guys.
You're saying guys who have Infinixes don't have money.
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
even if
Throw more light.
it's good Infinixes. Now, because you understand what I'm saying.
That comes from
Yeah, so,
Tanya, what do you have to say?
Well, me personally, it's according to your budget. If your money can buy you an Infinix, of course.
Buy an
So
Infinix.
maybe
Yes.
you shouldn't be hated. Just
Yeah, it
because
shouldn't be
of the
hated.
So
phone.
do you think
What does-
And
do you think
currently, Androids take better pictures than iPhones. The
I-
Google
I-
Pixel.
Currently.
No.
Some of you might not know this is
I want to
phone
put
than
it in the
Android.
comment
Yeah.
section.
Yes, I know.
Push down in the
Let's
comment.
justify his
Just push down in the
Yeah,
comment section.
Google Pixels take
Anyway,
nice
all I can say
pictures.
is
get the right Android.
Yeah.
true, really get the right
Yeah.
Android. Literally get the right Android. True, go to the next comment.
Now the next comment says, guys, these comments were serious, by the way. You guys have serious outlooks. Let me see. The next comment was saying that people need to know how much mindset really affects them constantly thinking negatively about outcomes in life.
How so? I've not understood.
People
Real.
need to know how much mindset really affects them
Affects like the things you
constantly.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like thinking negatively.
Now this is just funny. For example, let me ask, if I think I'm ugly, is that thinking negative?
Yes.
Yes.
You think you look good.
Yes. You have to change the
Okay, let me
narrative.
ask. Sometimes assuming is also a problem. So you guys want me to assume I'm handsome, yet I'm ugly?
Yes.
Yes.
If you're
And
handsome,
let me tell
because
you-
people around you see you as handsome. Like if you walk into a room and you walk into a room,
Sure.
let me cook.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
let's set him cool.
You walk into a room, you're
Mm.
looking down, you're acting like as if you don't belong. But if you walk in, look at people, you know,
Mm.
don't
Be
feel
yourself,
like,
eh?
who's that? You get bring some attention.
But
to
I
yourself,
thought
but
handsome
you're
guys have aura.
Not
So-
all.
No, not all.
Not all handsome guys have aura.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
And like,
But
no
what's
one is
thinking negatively,
ugly.
for
Right back
example?
here.
What is honestly thinking negatively?
Thinking less about yourself.
No, just having a negative mindset. Like when you say, I can't do this, then I promise you won't do it.
Sometimes you know yourself, like you know some things that you can't do, and it's okay.
But what if this time you can do it? That's one time.
What if like you
Jared,
can
it's like me
anyway,
asking you,
I
can
don't
you
know.
can you bag an 8 out of 10? You know you can't. So why are you trying to do it?
Yeah.
But
That's a joke. What's that question?
That's a joke.
That's a joke. We all know Jared's bad at 10 out of 10, guys. Let's not play around.
Let's not
Anyway,
get discouraged.
Let's go to
by
the next
Kamran,
comment.
please.
Listen, I'm reading it.
Uh-huh.
This babe who sent it to me. It's so sad because the girl's so young for her to be thinking like this. But anyway,
So, yeah.
they grabbed too early. She said,
real.
we're in a generation full of hookups and there's nothing such as love anymore. It's just lush. And man, it could have stayed the way it was way back. Sometimes I think it's the damn phone, but man,
You
we
say
live
that
through
one.
it regardless.
Looking in the wrong place.
Chill.
What are you trying to say?
But so many times boys and girls these days are trying to just hit and run. So why is she looking in the wrong place?
She needs to look in the right place.
I think she
They're
has,
good guys out
she
there.
has to just wait to get the right girl.
Maybe she's just looking for something.
How do you know the person you're with is the right person?
You don't.
You never know.
A period over time you get to know.
That's how they are giving you the illusion that the right person kumbe they're gonna hit
Maybe
and
okay, on
run.
that surface.
As she said, generation full of hookups. Guys are always trying to sign loan players. They're
What?
never trying to sign.
What
They're
are
never
lone,
trying to
what
sign
are
a full
lone players,
contract.
if I may ask?
Jero, what a lone
Yeah,
player.
what are loan players?
Guys, I don't know this, but
Nkata was asking yesterday.
What are loan players?
You wanted a lone
I don't
player.
know
I
what
don't
lone
know.
players are. Yeah, I just think like someone can just whatever she say like hookups and whatever, no love. Honestly, she just
I
looking in
am
the wrong
hookup type
places.
of guy.
Yeah.
Question.
Are you a hookup type of guy?
All my
No,
boys are good
no,
guys.
not really.
Yeah, you're not really looking for
really.
hookups, eh?
Yeah.
You're ready for a serious relationship.
I'm ready for a serious relationship.
Bro, you said it in the podcast first. You guys
Yeah,
are,
said-
we're looking in this.
Nkata's number is down in the comment section.
I'm always looking.
Nkata's number for WhatsApp and this
We're going
night
to add
Not
Nkata's
letting
number.
you-
So
No
to
hookups for this
DM
guy.
him.
No hookups.
No hookups for him.
inside the comment
Serious
section.
man.
Let's go to the next comment. This person said, the mindset of Ugandans thinking that every girl who's buying herself stuff and living a posh life is a prostitute. Truth of the matter is they are actually prostitutes.
They are
All
not.
of
They
them.
really are.
All of them. All of them.
Let me tell you.
All of them.
Don't tell them. I feel like I handle this conversation better because I'm a female and
Yeah.
none of you are.
Okay, sure, you cook.
Let me cook. Occasionally, she can be dating someone older who funds her financial,
Okay.
expenses. She doesn't have to be climbing bed or a prostitute. Do you know the meaning of a
But
prostitute?
But let me
Time.
ask, a lot of the time,
She's
they're having
climbing.
multiple boyfriends
And
who
she's
are
actually a
financing her
rich kid or
social
something.
status.
There's a real boyfriend.
And then there's a side
the one
one,
who's
then there's a sugar daddy,
Like-
and then there's one she actually loves.
No,
So
I think
now-
it's a stereotype because originally that's how it
But-
started out as.
But like,
I
where do you
want.
think the stereotype came from?
It comes from girls who,
sell
partake in that.
themselves.
They don't sell
What
themselves.
do
What
you
do
call
they
it?
do?
Prostitution is a really big word.
Actually, I'm back to profession. So. I get you on how they make their own money.
We're not judging
No
them, how they make their money.
judgment.
All I can say is, if you know you're a prostitute, stop pretending that you're a nice person.
Yeah.
What do you
That's
mean? Try to make money.
Be
So
direct.
all I can say is, this thing, the mindset, it's not really a mindset. These girls are actually prostitutes. I'm sorry to say
Not
this.
all of
Not
them.
all of
Some
them.
girls just want the
And
finer things
you
in
can't
life.
be calling
And
someone a
not because you want good
prostitute.
things all the time.
You can't be a prostitute because when the finer things in life. What is the definition of a prostitute?
It
A
basically,
woman who
Selling her
sleeps
body.
with other niggas for money.
it doesn't always
Not
start out like
necessarily
that though.
money, Not necessarily money. Cars.
A prostitute, that's an
Rent.
actual living. Most people in our generation aren't prostitutes. I can say that with
They're just having fun, eh?
They'll give
They're just
themselves to
having
one
fun.
person in particular.
Yes.
Okay, for me, let me ask.
And it doesn't start out as prostitution. You don't start by opening legs. You don't start out like
There's
that.
Very-
How
very-
do you- how do you start?
But
There are
tell
levels.
us the whole thing. It looks like you made a.
There are
There are
levels.
levels, eh?
You don't
So
just
that's
start.
like open. You start with like
Start with talking to him, checking on him if he's sick.
Things are serious
pretending
like
like
this,
you care.
Okay,
Then-
but guys, let's go back to the late time. What is a
You
prostitute?
guys were looking for
That's
love.
what I really want to understand.
Let's go.
What is a
Let's
prostitute?
go.
I honestly feel like a prostitute,
someone
of
Google
course.
it.
I'm
A person who
googling.
sells himself for money. That's it.
A person who sells themselves. Let's go layman's language.
And
A
also,
person
guys,
who sells themselves for
Wait,
money.
please.
First
We're
repeat
not
the
necessarily
question.
hating on
First
female
repeat the
prostitutes
question.
because we know
The
prostitutes.
comment,
First
yes?
part, the comment.
Yeah, first
The
repeat the
first part
comment.
of the comment.
The comment said, the mindset of Ugandans thinking that
just
every
like, which is too
girl
much.
who is buying herself stuff and living a posh life is a prostitute.
They're
That's what I'm
not.
saying.
Okay,
Some
not
people just
every
want the
girl.
finer
And we
things in
shouldn't be
life, but they're
judging
not
fellow
Not every
girls.
girl who's living a posh life
Shouldn't be
is
passing
a
judgment.
prostitute. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
Me, I'm talking about the prostitutes in specific.
Those ones, those ones. different.
Those ones for them that
Okay, I have the Google meaning of a
okay, I'll go
prostitute.
back to a prostitute.
What's the question?
A person, in particular a woman, who engages in sexual activity for payment.
Exactly. Engages in sexual activity for even if you give head and they pay you,
Yeah.
you're a prostitute. Even if you went and saw your
But it
boyfriend.
doesn't-
Listen, even if you went and saw your boyfriend and he paid you for you giving him lash, you're a
Technically,
prostitute.
If you're only doing it to him all the time, you're a prostitute.
The question
You're not a
is, why is he
prostitute.
paying you? Actually,
Why is he paying you?
why is he
Why is he
paying
paying
you?
you?
Supposed to be like,
It's financing you.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's financing you.
Okay. Let's leave the whole thing of boyfriend. If there's no title to it, he has never said that it's your boyfriend. A situationship and they're paying you, you're a prostitute.
No,
Let's
no,
accept
no.
it.
every single time you
You
give
can't
him,
be.
He gives you money.
Cameron,
Uh-uh.
Cameron, do you think there's anything for free?
My love is for free.
Maybe you look nice. You give us some
Okay.
time.
We have left the whole thing of them being cuffed. If they're cuffed,
They're
it's
giving
okay.
the girl money.
You know, in most cases, the girls can't say no. Who can say no to money?
Exactly.
Okay, if I tell you to suck my dick, I'm
Even
going
if
to
they give
allow.
money, can you say
No,
no?
if I tell you to suck my dick, are you going to allow if I'm going to pay you 300?
now we
Actually, don't start.
No, you said you can say no to money. Yes, said you can say no. I feel like everyone has a price. Everyone has a price.
No
But we're
one
talking
has
about
a price.
prostitutes in specific. There's some girls who they be carrying themselves certain type of ways because they're actually prostitutes. They just never want to accept it. Cause get this,
They're
there
not
was one girl I was
prostitutes.
talking to one time. I'm sorry to say this story. Let's do the probably that I'm talking about because maybe I'm talking to too many prostitutes.
Nice.
Okay, they are not prostitutes.
One night.
Long story short, I was talking to this babe, right? And you know how like you're cooking a babe normally, and you're trying to get her to like come see you or something like that. Usually it's just like, yo, when are you free? We link. I asked this babe, yo, when are you free? The babe asked me this one question: how much do you have?
Oh.
Straight up.
I asked her when are you free. I just wanted to see her. Why is she asking me for money?
Everything has a price.
Everything has a price.
And
And
when
for
you call
example,
her prostitute, she complained.
the person who connected me to her said when I went and I asked them that, yo, your friend told me this and this, and they were asking me for money for me to see them. What do they mean? The person told me you just didn't read the code. The code is for people who understand it. So in simple terms, the babe was telling me, she was asking me, how much are you giving me? I give you what you want.
Yeah.
Because she already saw what I
What
wanted.
if she just approaching to get to the views in one or two?
That one is a veteran in the service.
So, do you accept that that girl is a prostitute or not?
I guess it is a veteran.
I accept it.
Now, if that one starts posting herself living a posh life, and I call her out for being a prostitute, am I lying or no? I'm not lying because that's what she is.
What if a man is giving her just?
How many men does those? Now she has 6 of them. She's adding me as well.
6 men.
How did she have 6?
Okay, in that scenario, for you, allowed to call her prostitute because you know. But that's
Exactly.
why she's asking niggas for money for all this stuff. Then you can't just stop that she's a prostitute. Because someone can be having a good life when they're not.
Okay, someone could really
Yeah.
have a good life when they're actually not prostitutes.
Yeah.
Understandable.
You don't have to
So
climb bed.
so what do you conclude with?
But if I know you are,
Cameron, what are you concluding with?
What do you mean you call them?
Call
You
them
call them
out.
out
Call
or
them
call
out.
call you
them?
out, yes.
Hey.
Let's call them out.
Okay, Troy, continue. Next comment.
Comment.
As Troy is getting us our next comment. Let me read another comment that we got. Secret animosity. I know who sent this one. Even if she was sent on us, send it. I know you.
What's
Secret animosity. When you have that type of beef, but you're not letting it out to them. For example, if I hate Jero and I'm hating on him and I want him to break up with this girl, but I'm coming and be like, yo, Jero, you're my boy. Like, let's go do this, let's go do this. But deep down, I hate him. And that's the truth. But I'm not showing it to him. Anyway, the person continues and says, if only our emotions were portrayed on top, so many of you wouldn't have friends.
Oh,
Your so-called friends are the same people
Good
spreading your
one.
sex tape. I don't know why they use the sex tape, because I guess someone sex tape
First of
recently.
all, first wait. For you, where would you make a sex tape?
And send
no,
it to you.
people could
And
you
then send it
first
to me. For what?
define what a sex tape is.
Define it.
Define.
No.
What is a sex tape? Tell me, we don't need to go to school to learn a sex tape.
Trey, please.
Trey, define a sex tape.
Define for me a sex
Elaborate
tape.
a sex tape.
This is your area.
But you're recording yourself and you're having enjoyment.
Alone or with someone.
Making KFC.
Mhm.
Like you said last
A
time.
sex tape is
Okay, yeah.
yo. Those are
You what?
nude.
If you're masturbating, you're having self-sex.
So why?
It's still not a sex tape.
It is a sex tape.
A sex tape involves two people.
A sex tape
As
involves
practical
yes,
is
two
what I
people.
know.
For example, Tanya, you and your boyfriend went
film.
and made a film for your enjoyment, but you sent it to me, and I posted it.
First of all, why did you make it in the first place?
Exactly.
Let's not judge a
What's
people.
with that?
Whatever
And they're making it
Yeah,
as
why are you
okay.
sending it around?
Why are you sending
Why are you
it
sending it
to
to someone?
Okay, to your friends.
To show you.
Call friends.
And
My
those
friend
people
logged
say,
into my snap
let's
and
go
checked my
friends.
eyes only.
That's your problem. That's your problem, bro.
Give me your password.
Logging into your snap is
That-
Why is only that's not
Simple
Some of
terms.
you who
Simple
claim you are
terms.
hacked.
Simple terms.
You guys are just
Wait,
like,
Give out their snap
These guys want
passwords.
to go viral. They start saying, but I was hacked. I was hacked. You were hacked.
hey.
no one hacked you.
Really, no one actually hacked you.
Simple terms.
I recently heard
They
that they
wanted
hack on Snap
validation.
these days as well.
They hack on Snap. I don't know about that. But
Hack on someone, hack
okay,
your eyes
that's
only.
not the point of releasing a sex tape. Either way, the sex tape gets out. The thing we're talking about is secret animosity towards people.
Yeah.
Like we Ugandans, okay, as general, people should change that whole thing. Why you
Real.
be friends with Chucks when you're not his boy like that? When you know when his girl is not around, you will convince him to go do bad things. On his girl, yet when he's around, you pretend to his girl that man is a loyal boy. That's the whole thing that we're talking about. Like, guys, just be actual friends.
You be director and you send names.
Troy, you have secret animosity. You have secret animosity.
What do you want?
Troy,
Yeah.
you're always tempting
And
us
you
and
said
showing
them.
us other women when we're driving on the road.
Now I have to ask you.
This boy made us stop.
There are two
For
different
another
things.
woman.
There are two different things. There's me showing you.
Yes,
Yes.
They're having a
woman.
they're even
Are
asking
you?
me that.
Next comment.
Next comment, eh?
Next comment.
But I decided to divert from that one. This is the next comment.
Next comment. Okay.
People's lack of fear for commitment. That leads to everyone holding back from what they can actually give.
Holding back from what they can actually give. So if your girl's not giving this time, why is she holding back?
No. That's
Why is she holding back?
Where is she holding back?
First, give it someone else.
External factors. There's someone else.
Hey.
Which
It may be
But,
religious
but I'm calling
factors.
her my girl.
Religious factors.
If she's celibate, tell me before you get into
What do you
No. Is it allowed? Is it allowed? No.
It's the same thing.
Is it allowed to be celibate while in a relationship?
Yes. Communicate before you get into a relationship.
yeah.
Don't be acting around.
How this
Then you
crazy, yeah?
actually get
But I don't think you should always be in a relationship expecting sex.
Okay,
you
yeah.
shouldn't.
We're not going there expecting.
But I want to ask you guys,
For
yeah?
example,
A girl can say my religion and stuff like that. Which religion is that? You like, I'm not which of these guys? Like, yo, like, which rules are those, though?
Fornication.
and the communication is not allowed.
Communication isn't allowed. It's not allowed.
Adrian, ask her, can
I don't want to defend myself. I want to defend
fornication allowed
myself.
in your religion?
Can I
Elaborate. No. We all know fornication is illegal.
Take a point from both.
Allow me to defend myself. Okay, like, I'm not talking about sex, but then, like, I'm talking about like other things. You know, like in a relationship, you get.
Okay, but the thing is, I feel like we're at an age. Okay, currently, as here, we're at an age whereby why are you in a relationship if they're honestly not giving you some? I'm not saying it's a wrong
for
mentality.
yourself. And I was never in that age.
Okay,
You're
you're not
never.
in that age. It's
Never.
all right.
Okay.
The
Never
thing is-
happened.
Okay.
Okay, all I can ask
That's
is
a different religion.
that's a different religion. All I can ask is
Something else.
what the point in a relationship whereby everyone has to give something.
That's so true.
That's what everyone has to give something. That's what relationships are
It
about.
doesn't necessarily have to be
Currently,
like physically.
it doesn't have to be
Money,
physically. It could be money.
time.
For example,
But
if
then
I
if
give,
it's money, you're going to call us prostitutes.
you're my girl, I can't call you a prostitute. Already settled this one.
Would you make?
Your girl can do prostitutes.
I take a yoga big
Your girl is asking money to give you the service.
Too real. Your girl could actually be a prostitute.
You just don't know it.
How is she your prost? How is she?
Kata said in the other episode that apparently as niggas, if you're dating a girl, you're supposed to do things for her. So Nkata is trying to say that we should fund prostitutes because we're doing things for her. According to his religion. This guy is a religion. For him,
I want you
No, I
to
feel like what Kulkata means by do things
I want
for
you
her
to
is
find God.
appreciate her.
And
but
But you love her.
let me ask,
You love her. You have to
this is
show
gonna
her
be weird.
some
This is gonna
love.
be
You get
weird.
it?
Yeah, show her
This is
some
gonna be
love.
weird. If I'm eating out my girl, I'm not appreciating her. I'm not appreciating the features God gave her.
Yes, you are. But there are other ways to do that.
I just say that step. Just sounds mind away.
Taking her out to
Yes,
bed,
that's
buying her flowers,
By the way,
cooking for her.
For example, now,
Friends.
let me ask. I feel like we all live in a world whereby it's an eye for an eye. This simply means what you give is what you get. What you reap is what you sow. If your man is taking you out on dates, for you, what are you giving back in return? That's the thing that I want to cook at.
Same.
There's a whole society bias that women, I don't say women, but everyone has popularized that a man should do this, a man should do this. If you ask any woman or any man, what should a man do when he's in a relationship? They will list 100 things plus of what a man should do, but they never ever ask what is a woman supposed to do while in a relationship.
To add on to that point, there's that whole expectation-like thing, Women expect so much from men, but they ask a woman, what do you expect from you?
What are you going to tell us?
Because you men are not vocal about your needs.
The
We're not talking about any.
You're not vocal about your needs. You only state your needs in the bedroom.
It's an eye for an eye, exactly. Listen,
I just said vocal.
Listen, the only thing women can bring to the table, most times, they start crying for it when you start paying for it.
Exactly.
We all know what it is.
Have
And
you
that's
heard?
the only thing women can actually bring to the table. That's the truth. When you ask them what else can you bring to the table, what is she going to tell you? Tanya, tell us.
Excuse me. But the previous episode, you told us that you can take yours. So she can also put that on the table. She can take yours.
Yes,
Really,
but-
so-
We are saying
Generally.
women these days. Do you think a girl's actually going to come and put her money in you unless she wants something from you? An eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Language.
bro,
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I love language.
Yeah.
Give them in.
True.
But there was some girls. Some girls.
Very
Some
few.
girls.
Okay, they chose
1%.
What I'm still at is the whole society bias of where women made it that a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to buy flowers, a man's supposed to take care, a man's supposed to pay the bill.
Because
What's up?
typically men are natural providers.
providers.
Women say in the Bible.
In the Bible, all the Romans,
These are semi-
all the
Let's
when you point in the Bible.
Point home.
When you're pointing in the Bible that men are supposed to be providers,
Kakana, let Jerry cook.
you expect him to provide it, but you don't want to act like that girl or that wife in the Bible. When I tell you to stay at home and cook and clean,
You want to be
complaining,
You want to be
There's that thing
hiding.
that you're debating women. That a girl can be there, and then she's kept at home. Apparently, she cannot be a housewife. They're always fighting for gender equality. This whole feminism thing. I actually believe people only believe when it suits them. That's the truth. There's no actual feminists. These women are just there so they get support. Whenever it's support an eye for an eye when they're getting something.
But now recently I've been reading about trad wives. So there are women who are comfortable with staying at home and cleaning.
But those are the few women
at home. You can't expect
There are really many.
There's-
If you
now-
look at the
now,
spectrum, they're actually there.
If we're talking to, if I'm getting this point to my parents, whoever, back at days, they're going to start saying that the kids these days are lazy. Because why are the women trying to stay at home all the time? Women are supposed to be pushing for revolutionary things. They're supposed to be competing for presidency. Why are you at home cooking?
That's what they've said.
Because your man's a
taking care of
provider.
their kids.
They have said we are
Taking
supposed
care
to
of the kids
provide.
when you can be the president.
That's what they have said we are supposed to provide. Kat, why are they fighting to be
That
president?
means they should act according to that.
You guys didn't let me cook.
Okay, you cook.
The floor is yours.
Men are natural providers according to the Bible. But then, as we continue to go through life, we have to understand that men as well have needs. So I feel like personally, I'm not speaking for other girls, my issue is a man will, not address or voice what he needs. Like he won't say, babe, I want this wine, this.
Let's
I actually would.
let's not be dumb.
Yes.
You already know what I want. Now you want me to start telling you.
No,
What do you want me to tell you?
apart from that, apart
Let's
from
not,
that,
let's not be dumb.
Okay, I used to now guys like church. Guys like church spoiling my image. Guys like church.
You know what I want. You know what I want. What
That's
is
the vision.
What am I supposed to tell
Because
you?
you assume it's a
Even if
chayagala.
you know
But let me ask you, a girl, you go to a boy, you find this guy, he gives you money out of the blue. You don't know a person, and you just,
What is it?
what do you think?
What
He's just
do you
giving
think
you
is
just for just.
It depends.
He's giving you because you look.
These days men do the long run.
Who is that?
The long run.
The
I don't.
Gerald diverse the whole long run situation.
Okay.
But the truth is,
Waiting here.
the long run is
Without-
what price are we
Oh,
getting?
no, no.
Exactly.
Like,
True.
there's an end goal.
There's an end goal.
There's an end goal.
I don't think a man is going to compliment you when they want something. Because me, I wouldn't compliment a girl if I didn't want
no.
something from
You
her.
compliment your
Unless
sister.
she's my friend.
Yeah, some guys just compliment for fun.
But you compliment me. What do you
Yeah, like
want?
you just make it clear.
I said unless they're your
You
friend.
look good.
I said unless they're your friend. Oh, we know. As Troy said, Troy claims women should know what men want.
What?
But
Do
they
you
can't
want to go to
mind.
school to learn what you want?
How come for us men?
Why you come
know
for
what
us
we
from
want?
me?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, not that. Women
I
are
want
putting-
flowers from my man. I want this. We are constantly showing what
when
we
a man
want.
says he wants this and that, he's seen as
as
inferior to the other.
for example,
You can have wants as
His
a
manhood is
need.
going. I think his masculinity is going down because he's asking his woman.
there's a friend of ours. She's a mutual with Gerald. I guess I'm Troy as well. She posted recently on her story talking about how if your nigga does this, he's giving the whole female vibe. If apparently your nigga's taking you out on a date and then he's telling you to choose that date place, apparently that makes him feminine. Is he supposed to know where to take you?
Yeah.
You want me to read your
Some men
mind?
have, vital masculinity. Their masculinity
Okay,
is
we
like
don't have vital masculinity.
this, hanging in the balance.
It's hanging in the balance.
Some people like-
Because women have made us feel low of our own selves.
You know?
First of all, you're going to have a girlfriend, she's going to have her friends. Her friends are going to start saying, bro, you need to have this. Your man's supposed to be doing this. Your man's supposed to be doing this. Why can't the girls ever say, you should be doing this for your man?
They do.
They
They
do.
really don't.
Trust me,
Other
some
than
do.
giving, that
Every time they're telling her, they can never even advise their friend, you should be doing this for your man. The only one thing they're asking, what is he
No,
doing for you?
but
What is he
sometimes-
bringing to the table? Why is it that a man is only supposed to be bringing things to that table?
even
But
As
that's
women,
what
you
brings to the table
For example,
too.
I have a boy of mine. He gifted his babe on her birthday. What did the babe do on his birthday?
what they got from my wash.
I don't remember anything coming through though. I don't remember.
She doesn't feel.
And to them, it's perfectly normal. The girl
Don't even
said,
feel bad.
the girl said she didn't know what he wanted. Is that an excuse?
Make it make sense.
You can't just be
Make
creative.
it make sense.
She doesn't feel. Like you said, she doesn't feel.
Chosen few.
Doesn't you?
Shall just continue like that.
Next
But
comment.
women should change their ways. Anyway, the person continued on that whole thing of the sex tape. When it gets released, and then they be the same people trying to fix your emotional well-being. No one is your friend. Keep that in mind. Secret animosity is real. Troy.
But like, you guys on
Troy is a hater.
you see, if I see, first of all, my
Troy
main
is a
question
hater.
is, why do you want to give us your things? Why do you make us sex?
Why do
tape?
you have
Can't
that
you
shit?
enjoy
I
your
have to make you
things?
jealous because you can't do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You can't take a girl 7 rounds. I can't. I want to show you.
Not making it jealous. It's not making someone
I think you're
jealous.
seeing.
Motivate my friends.
To do better.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I said you're putting your things around.
But to do better.
Anyway,
I think the whole issue is people who address the whole sex tape situation. Some of us personally don't know. We find out from you saying, oh, I can't believe you did this and this. What are you talking about? Like some people address the whole sex tape situation, which is bringing more light to it. Because I feel like genuinely we have matured. Like we have matured as
people,
a generation.
yeah.
Like if you leak your sex
Absolutely
tape,
no.
it will be in pieces and whatnot. But no one will like talk about it like, hey man, Cameron. No one will status it or anything. But like now
One person
you
will be like, but why is Cameron's dick so small? And then they'll post it.
When,
no, no, they don't do that anymore. It's you who addresses it.
How so?
You say, I'm taking a break, I'm leaving social media.
Exactly. By the way, those people.
After you look your own
After you leave your own video, you leave social media. What for what? You think you care about your life?
Now we don't be like
You
this.
honestly
Like that.
No, you
It's
leave your
just
sex
like-
tape and then leave the country. You think we care?
Yes.
You can't even go and not come back.
Now we.
Don't forget
They're
that.
creating awareness.
If you leave that-
But then I feel like the only way to silence, if you know you've leaked your things, you just post them on your story for everyone to see.
At Kati,
Just
post your
post. No one
But
will talk
sometimes
again.
my enemies are the ones posting my things, not me myself.
Not for you. You
Your
post
enemies, how do
it
your
to
enemies
shut
get
them
your
down.
information?
But I can't post my small
They're
dick,
not your
guys.
enemies. They just want peace.
They don't want peace.
Come on, let's let me finish. Come on. It doesn't hurt you much.
Honestly. Anyway, let's continue. There's another comment. Changing Ugandans' mindset, thinking that they have an opinion on how to run others' lives. Most of these Ugandans be type hating comments when they're sleeping in the mosque.
And
That one is too heavy for me.
It's possible. Let's read that.
Changing
That one
Ugandans'
is too heavy
mindset,
for me to
thinking they
digest.
have an opinion on how others run their lives. Most of these Ugandans be type hating comments when they be sleeping in the mosque.
so this person trying to say people should mind their business.
People should mind their business.
Yeah.
But you know Ugandans.
If I got my
Ugandans.
G-Wagon, mind your business, truly.
You also know
Don't start telling your friends that
You go to
I got
account,
a G-Wagon.
You go to account.
I go to
I want people to be happy for you.
I think it's the
Word is.
No, even for guys, if you see me going out, please stop saying a man is spending on me. What if I'm spending on myself?
No, for you we know. So for you we know that a man's spending on you. For you we know. That one I confirm.
Camera,
When your woman is,
girls?
your woman is spending on you.
You can tell if their man is spending on them.
Yeah.
But
True.
then after talking to them, you can tell that this one.
This one's bad.
I'm not
It's
first
very
as-
free for a girl to be
why
self-established.
don't you
at her
want?
age.
Why don't you want people to be in your business?
True.
It's not their business.
It's not their business. True.
They have
You
their
also
own
know-
business.
you also know
They have their own
Uganda.
life to run.
This guy is secret animosity. I already told you guys. Now why do you care if people are
First
in that
listen.
For
You also
example,
know-
let me ask for example. If you and your girl are having issues, and then you go tell the whole world about it, and then you end up breaking up because they told you, girl, man, break up with that nigga, it's not good for you.
Gerald,
That's why I don't want people in my business, because they're always going to be saying, they're going to be like, your man's not doing this. Your man should have bought your G-Wagon. What is he doing?
Gerald,
Your man should have bought you flash.
do
What
you
is he
see
doing?
any? Do you have any?
Gerald, you know
Do you have any flashbacks of the situation?
Oh, okay.
Bro, it's overside tracking now.
People, no. Let's move on.
Troy, stop your secret animosity.
Troy,
towards the
stop.
friends.
I check at which
We are gone. No.
The person continued to say,
guys have
I would
wished
change
me
the
to
hate behind Sheila Gashumba. She's intellectually smart, but these low-life celebrities always think that everything she says is hate towards them. Also picking hate from other people's comments. For example, if I tell you that my father has a mansion at our home, just because your father can't own one, I'm not attacking you. If my father is home and he has 7 cars, and you at your home you have no car.
But then, listen. No, there's this thing of mind your business, but someone is going to tell you something like, my dad did this. So then, what are you telling her? Tell me it's not your business that you're telling me. Let her do what?
You go hang yourself, okay? Guys, if you have any suicidal thoughts, there's a TikTok helpline we're going to include. Please talk to your friends. Talk to your friends, guys. There's no suicide.
Yeah,
anyway,
they check
back
on
to
your
the point
friends.
of being in my business. If I told you my father has 7 cars and your father has 1, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Don't go around saying that my father's in a cult.
No, that's not
listen.
She's what you telling me.
Actually,
Your
listen.
father's
Someone
as
might get
if your father.
is bragging. Watch it again.
Actually, listen.
Hey,
That's why
that's how it
the
looks like.
person said they want to change the hate about Sheila Gashumba. She says things and you people
you're not
hate.
supposed to
These
mention the
low-life
business.
celebrities think that she's always attacking them. But she's just talking about her lifestyle. If I went to Dubai for the holiday and it's a 2-week holiday and Nkata stayed in a village, why should Nkata really cry about me going to Dubai?
Why
Should he get on his phone
And comment on my things?
Actually,
Exactly why?
listen. The low life is oppressing, guys. So the only solution, ask the poor guys, the only solution you have, you have to remove, to get it off your chest.
The internet is so loud. The internet is really loud.
Because you cannot beat the wall, you can't punch. So the easiest way,
But you have that to comment.
the easiest way is to connect and air out your grievances and tell guys that, bro,
I don't like how you're living your life.
we're tired of your life.
Yeah.
Live your life in private. There are people who don't share.
I think
Let me tell
shouldn't
you.
take that in a bad way. Just get motivated and work hard.
Yeah.
Okay, some people call it
True,
sharing.
but then again, concerning that, I feel like if you want people to mind their business, okay, yes, you want to
Don't
post.
post
No, I'm not saying don't post,
Do you
but
see, do you see,
you
do you
could
see how, do you
reduce.
see how Chigundu posting?
I think
True.
people
People post for him. It's different.
That's
different.
But do you see him posting
Got
for
into
himself?
that level. Come on, if you know you have, if you know your life is good, I don't think you have to tell them, but most people can.
Yeah,
But no,
true,
sometimes,
understand.
sometimes I'm posting for my friends. You're not among my friends. My fellow rich friends, I'm showing them what I do.
Your fellow rich friends.
Yeah, bragging basically.
Your account, right? Your status, right?
Yes.
Because why are you showing your rich friends? You have to show them that.
Let's say, like you said, like you're on vacation to Dubai and I share my rich friends. Said like next time we can
We can plan together and go together.
But
Now, the problem is, just because you have my number and you see my status, it doesn't mean that everything I post is about you.
Yeah.
Because the truth is sometimes, Tanya could have funded my trip. Tanya could have funded my solo date, and I'm posting because she wants me to post to show everyone else that Tanya can actually spend money on her friends. And you know who's just there hating on my things? You start saying that Simanya, I'm bragging, but I was doing it for Tanya's sake.
I think if they don't tag, if they don't mention you, you just have to look at that.
That's
Someone's
what I think I
status
continue.
on someone's whatever about it, I just
No one's
like, yeah,
crying
that's
for you.
Yes, no input is not needed.
yeah.
No way. I think
Sometimes
that
your
input-
input is really not needed.
I'm posting on my page. So,
I like
Bro,
to
I'm
ask
not
about
asking you
it.
to pay. I've not asked for your reaction.
Yeah.
If you've seen my things and you don't like them, kindly move on.
It was
There's
saying-
so many other people posting their rubbish that you can go comment.
Cameron.
But the next
You
thing
say
they're going to say that we remove the comments. And they
Cameron.
don't comment.
Let me tell you the truth.
I feel like that's why people remove comments these days.
In Uganda, there are always going to be haters.
I swear.
Uganda.
Real.
The whole world, the whole world.
That's all I want to worry.
There's no one who is going to ever be happy for you.
Except your parents.
Except your
friends.
parents.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
Even tomorrow I can be like, Katwa has Cameron go to Dubai. What is it?
That's how
Anyway.
you
Where
went.
is it?
Someone's week. You get this because your friend went to Dubai.
Yes.
Why is it getting ruined because of what I did?
Because you've gone to Dubai, you've left
Push
us.
me, bro, push
Ah,
me.
ah. Why did you go without us?
Because you're not my friend like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't have the money
It's
to
just
take
that.
all of you.
It's just
If you don't have the money, is it a must I have to take you?
True. You went to South Africa. Did you take me?
Did you take me?
Did I start crying?
But these guys have now
Hey,
started.
disappeared.
Did you see? You never told anyone. The next thing was
Yes, I did.
You see,
Yes, I
now
did.
listen. Now I see.
Bro,
I'm seeing you.
I see.
Hey,
Now that's the only way. That's the only way you can keep people out of your business.
True.
By keeping quiet. You just go silently. You come back. Now none of them knew. They knew when I had come back. They just saw the airport. You see. But if you continue showing people, this money I've
what
gone to
about
Dubai
these people who
today.
comment, who make this post of, you guys don't mind your business, they're quarreling about what
But
they're
why do you
talking
post
about.
it for us to see? That's why you should put.
It's my page.
You're putting us in your business.
You're putting us in your business. First of all, you even are encouraging us to
Your
follow you.
business, your son, what?
Next time, Kash, don't include
Okay,
us.
the guys who call out their friends for not minding their business, those ones have an issue. We're not addressing those ones today. Anyway, there's another comment. This one goes out to Troy.
But nice.
Sex is not just sex; it's more spiritual. That's why people are depressed. This is why people, guys, let me.
This is why you get
This is
bewitched.
why people are depressed and sad because of the ties they have with other people. But oh well, everyone wants a quick link up.
A quick link
What
up.
happens? It's never that deep. Try.
Let me
Yeah.
first
Oh,
ask.
by the way, Troy.
These are people who get STDs. It's never that deep. They go here, tomorrow they're in Chanja, the other time they're in Chwatri. These are people. Let me tell you the truth. Someone, let me tell you by the way. This is what they usually be talking about. When you're going to get to know your partner, spiritually, please, get to know.
Sure.
You'll be with a ghost guy, you don't know.
What do you?
But how can I know that I'm with a ghost? Is a question.
Ask.
Yes, those are things you have to
And you
ask.
think the baby will tell
Like
you?
your
Like, yeah.
parents.
Do your parents have spiritual ties with?
I'm sure in primary all had these stories.
Yes.
Before you get to someone, ask this question. If it has certain issue, we sacrifice this.
Yes. You still have to sacrifice gods.
You put it in a
You
more
will
subtle
go.
way. You say something like, do you go to the mosque? Do you go to church?
You-
Listen, no.
No.
First find out where
Okay.
you will go
What time
and
has- Okay, welcome back from that short commercial break. These days we have sponsors, guys. We're upgrading. We'll continue with the comments still.
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah. So this one came from a person. Of course, we're not disclosing the person, but I guess the people know.
But all the comments come from a person.
That was something, by the way.
Continue.
Okay.
Continue.
She started cheating. Quotation mark.
the guys are overthinking
She
about
continued. Honestly, she continued. She's a cuffed babe. This world would be a
But
better
couple
place.
men do it.
This world would be a better place. Shut up.
Uh-huh.
This world would be a better place if people didn't cheat. Because honestly, it's not that hard to tell someone you're not feeling them like that anymore.
True.
Because as easy as cheating is, it's as easy as saying those words to a person. I don't think anyone can understand the pain that comes with that.
Jero, what are you saying?
No, just say, just tell the person, some people who want to cheat and still enjoy the benefits of a relationship.
Which is almost everyone.
Bro, no?
No.
Astaghfirullah. That it's special. And you are saying those things.
Almost.
There's no way you're going to save yourself from this one.
Are you trying to say that you want to enjoy the benefits of a relationship, but also
Share the same
swing
thing.
both ways? Your girl is watching the thing.
You have had that thing. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying people can tell you, man, Cameron, I want to hate this babe, but I still love my babe. Now you know this guy can't leave his babe, but we're going to.
Oh yeah, I had a
That's
friend
what
who
I'm
used to
trying to
tell
say.
me that.
Okay. I used
Had a friend.
I used to say that. The
That's
truth
what?
is, I used to say that you can love your babe and still cheat on her.
Yeah, that's
You
my
really
friend.
cannot.
Actually,
Actually,
you
you really.
can.
Let me tell you.
Once you cheat, you can't.
You really can't. You really can't cheat on someone you love. Let me tell you. Listen, I used to be arguing the whole point of yes. At the end of the day, you still always choose them and stuff like that. Why didn't you choose them before? You love them. You love them, yes, but you didn't love them enough to stay loyal. Because at the end of the day, love is a choice. You choose to cheat, bro. No one's pushing you, but I was drunk. I think those ones give the excuse of I was drunk.
There's nothing like
Those ones
this.
say,
Oh my god.
These guys are so annoying.
They are under the influence.
No, this is the thing about the
You
influence.
do what you want the most.
Cameron, when you're under the influence, you can't.
You know
You
what
think you can
when
do.
you're under influence?
But I feel like when you're drinking, that's when you're supposed to speak your truth. So it means you wanted to
Yeah.
cheat.
Yeah.
true. Yes, I wanted to
So
cheat.
that's the
wanted to
psychology.
Yes, I wanted to
It
cheat.
has been on your mind.
So you use being drunk as the excuse.
Yeah. That you
Anyway,
really wanted.
The whole thing of like you can't cheat on someone you really love. Cause like bro, honestly, think about it. Men are so hypocritical. I won't lie. You want to go and cheat on your girl, but let us hear that someone else touched your girl's waist. You're going to chop. Truth is, you want to fight.
You're going to fight.
You're going to bro. What do you but how come you want your girl to experience the same thing of her knowing that your appendum entered another woman's thing?
What?
What's an
Technical terms.
Technical terms.
Guys are using big words here.
appendum?
You want us to go tell your girl that you used your
Appendum.
Yeah.
to fix
Yeah.
in a girl's pudenda. Guys, let's stop here.
No, let me tell you something, Kamran.
Do something that you want to be done to onto you.
You see men, let me tell you men, one thing with men.
Some men.
Okay,
No,
some
Try
men.
yourself.
Specify.
No, try talking
All of
about
us here,
yourself.
all of us here like this.
Yes,
1,
let's
2,
confide
3,
in that.
I'm
4.
not part of them.
Here like this. The way we are here like this. You also know the truth.
Right?
You want to go to another girl, but you don't want another
You
man to
want
touch
to
your
go
girl.
That's the thing. If you don't want another man to touch your girl, why are you touching other women?
True.
It's not hard to really stay loyal. Like, it really isn't. I'm speaking like I'm so loyal, but like, guys, it really isn't so hard.
Aren't you
If you just find a
Aren't you
person.
though?
Really?
Are you loyal?
Guys, this is for content. Let's not divert.
Content.
This is for content. Anyway, what I'm trying
We
to
shall
say
pick
is,
up this conversation after the content.
no. What I'm trying to say is, the same way that you don't want to hear that your girl was with another person, try to make your girl feel the same way when she's hearing the same things about you being with someone else. It really, really isn't. If you're actually tired of her, just tell her like, yo, man, I don't think this is going to work out for me. Because if you claim you love that person, that means you love them enough to stay loyal to them. If you can't stay loyal to them, then what, do you love them?
So what do you
You
think
don't.
the cause of cheating is?
Selfishness.
There's one main reason.
So let me ask you.
Let me say the cause of
let me ask
cheating. The cause of cheating is one thing.
Content.
No, it's
That's a sub, but
it's not being content. Those are all
It's
excuses.
not being selfish.
Let me tell you something.
You're
It's not being
selfish.
selfish.
what is it?
There's two cases. Wallahi, sometimes I'm going to tell you this. Some families just have cheating as a demon in their family. That's the truth. I'm not even going to lie to
They
you.
say it's a DNA in
I'm
the.
not even going to lie. Because this is not supposed to be about me. But I know a family. I know a family that, bro, honestly, these niggas can't just be there without cheating. It has happened. It keeps on happening. Even if you try to fight it, you find yourself cheating. That's just it.
I feel
And
like
us as Muslims who have disguised the whole cheating thing, I'm sorry to say this as a
But
Muslim,
Muslims.
but I really don't believe in the whole thing of having two wives.
No, you
Because
have-
what do you mean you love?
You
You,
have-
love this one on Monday, then you love this one on Wednesday.
I thought those
This
are
week,
more.
next week,
And those blessings.
Lucky, the polygamy thing is not really right. I feel like that's also a form of cheating.
Do you think you would marry 4 wives as a Muslim?
I really can't manage 4 wives. Because, you know, having 4 wives on that period all the time crying for me. Bro, what's for different?
with kids.
With kids, go.
You have days. Monday, say I'm going to see Sarah. Then Wednesday, say I'm going
This
to
is the same thing. This is the
Yeah,
same. This is the same thing that we talked about with Troy. Be a present father.
Please.
Now, if you have 4 wives and you're having a timetable for your wives, cut the kids. Which time will they get? On the weekend, you want to go to the club with your boys.
They have the same video.
On Sunday, you're not around.
They just throw money.
Now, I had to ask
you.
you this.
Wonder why they become the way
So
they
how
are
do
when they grow
Muslims
up.
do it then?
What do Muslims do?
How do they do it? How do
Man,
they...
man, it depends honestly. Man, some guys just
Me, let me tell you, I feel like the reason for cheating is lack of satisfaction.
Yes,
No,
but
it's-
for satisfaction.
but sometimes you guys are also demanding too much from your partner.
Real.
Sometimes men, let's accept we're honestly too horny.
At a
Like
women.
bro,
At a women.
He
said satisfaction.
Seem like that's all
Bro,
men want.
that's-
No,
the truth is
Is here, Kamran is here.
Zero. We all
Women.
know the truth. Zero. The thing that has confused men the most is the utter wanting and chasing of women. Why do you chase women? Because you want to enter that
become
world.
my wife.
What do you want to enter? What do you want to do?
So that you can have kids.
How are you going to have kids?
That's a different thing. You're saying I'm chasing it. It's not the main goal.
The problem, even the whole thing about kids, you wouldn't even want it. If there's an option to not have
Can
kids,
adopt.
if there's an option not to have kids as men, I'm sure so many men would be like,
So many, but not all of them entirely.
If you claim that you want to have kids, it's okay. But the truth of the matter is, one thing that has confused most boys in our generation is the utter wanting of entering every hole. That has confused so many of us and led us astray from God, from so many other things.
At a women.
Women, I don't know. Man, women just have their own issue.
Tanya can tell us.
The whole book.
Women is not being content.
You want what others do.
Tanya, why do you think women cheat? What do you think does it? What do you think
But a
the main
woman who
reason is?
cheats,
A woman woman.
Those ones need to be.
Even men who cheat. Like, I just don't get why a woman is going to cheat and it's a whole big thing.
Because
But
listen,
when a man cheats,
no,
like,
listen,
it's
listen.
normal.
Listen,
It's normal.
what I can say is, the truth of the matter is, guys are going to hate me for this, but the truth of the matter is, when a man cheats, it's honestly different from when a woman cheats. It really.
And why?
Women cheat with feelings. Let me tell you, there is no.
Women cheat with
there is
feelings.
actually
By the time
no.
woman lets you,
Okay, one thing I can tell you.
Jerome.
Okay, one thing I can say, as a woman can't let you get sexual with her if she's not feeling in some type of way. It
At
really
one
is,
extent.
unless it's a prostitute and you're paying
Okay.
her.
But no.
But
Unless
she's
it's a
not
person
paying
you're
her.
paying.
To an
If you're not paying,
extent.
to an extent, every woman
You
gets with a
must
nigga
like
like that who she actually feels like that.
So-
but the thing with a man is,
Thirsty.
sometimes we're just looking for a quick nut. Let me tell you,
Quick
Jamie.
nut.
Listen,
Hey.
even the doctors advise, although so many people want to call it a stereotype, the doctors advise that a man should masturbate twice a week. Do you know why? Because when, because look, I'm saying, it's
some-
rather unconventional.
Some health
When
tips.
you- when you read a lot,
Some health tips from Haj.
the doctors say why you should masturbate is because when these things build up in your body, there is a way they're going to give you some frustration. We call it sexual tension. Not that one that you see in the movies, please.
Yeah.
This one's actual. You just feel like you need to release them. Your body needs to release them. How does it release them? When initially, when you're a young boy, when you have wet dreams, that's how your body releases them, right? But then, when you become older and you stop having wet dreams, how do you release them? You put them in other things and stuff like that. Best way you put them. Best way you would masturbate. But the thing is, sometimes as a man, you're just looking for a quick nut. I don't want a babe. I just want
You just-
to remove these things from my body.
so it's
That's
just
all I
as
use
that-
for the babe.
So you're treating yourself. It's
Yes.
just a health
You're
thing.
relieving
It's a
yourself.
It's a health
We're
fix.
staying here.
What does it mean? You're justifying men cheat.
We're not saying that.
That's exactly what it means.
No,
You're
it's not
justifying
I'm not saying
why
that. I'm not saying that men
men
cheat. I already said.
Okay, now let me tell you why women cheat in relation to health.
Mm.
Now, yes.
Women don't have any problems as to why they need to. Don't ever divert. One thing I'll
Actually,
say.
do.
One thing I'll say. Women actually attach emotional value to each and everything they do. That's why if a woman actually goes and is intimate with another man, the truth is she's already done being your girl. She just doesn't have a way to tell you. She's honestly gone, like, you can't recover from that.
Even
the
a
truth
man is not
a
your
man
man.
can cheat on you and
No.
a man could cheat on you and come back and
If it's if you don't love that girl,
That's what I was
what's
saying.
up?
That's what I was trying to tell you guys.
Right,
I can do it and just come back when you love your babe, but you just did it.
what I'm saying is wrong. What I'm saying, don't cheat. That's the best line. But in circumstances,
Releasing what? Releasing that.
But you still love your girl. That's cheating still. Wait.
Yes,
what we're saying is, don't go and start telling your girl that you cheated because guys, you actually have no reason to
Because
cheat.
the
If your
guy
girl's
for
doing
mental
everything
health,
for you.
Real.
You have no reason to
But
cheat.
I
if your girl's
promise
doing
you, men
everything
will
for you.
still cheat, even if you're doing everything he wants.
Not
Some
so, some.
Even if you're doing everything he wants. I'm happy.
Jero sitting another angle.
Yeah.
I don't know which one to be with.
Uh-huh.
That's really so crazy.
Trey,
Trey, other comments, please.
Let me look for the comments here. See.
Boys, been looking for another comment.
Yeah, there are any.
This person said, if I could change one thing about society's current outlook on life, it would be the prioritization of material success over personal well-being and happiness. Often, there's a significant pressure to achieve certain milestones or acquire certain possessions, which can lead to stress and dissatisfaction.
That's what.
The constant chasing of men for G-Wagons. Muwera muri stressing amunonya G-Wagon.
Nah,
I've said men.
Men will make you happy as a man.
Truth, the truth of the matter is, money can actually buy happiness. That's why
to some extent.
And that's
Zero.
the thing.
Not true. Let me tell you, Zero.
100%.
Money can buy happiness.
I'm with you, Jer, on this.
Let me
There's
tell
no
you,
way.
Zero, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a simple question. Let me ask you this one question. Zero, if you are sad right now and you're claiming you're depressed, and you crave KFC streetwise too, and you went and bought it, wouldn't you be happy after? Let me cook.
No.
Wouldn't you be happy after? You're
That's
going to
a
set a temporary
different type of
feeling.
happiness.
Listen, you're going to set a
That's
temporary
different.
type of feeling. If you've had a long year being stressed at work and you took yourself at the end of the year to Dubai for 2 weeks and you went away from the whole world, wouldn't you be happy?
Going too far. Go to a bar. You'll be happy.
You can't be.
You be happy.
You can't be.
If you have money, you're going to have the girl that you want. Because you can afford a lifestyle. Because the girl you want is a baddie.
You can't be.
She's a Malaya. You also know that. And she wants money. She's not she wants to be paid every time she comes to see me. Right?
She doesn't want to be paid.
She wants to be thanked.
That's right.
Appreciated.
And that's you have.
Cameron, I'd first ask, Daniel, do you think you would want a poor man?
And he's always happy.
Okay, no,
Do you think
always happy.
you can be broke and happy, guys?
No, but
You can't be broke and happy.
You can't be broke and happy.
That's not there.
Let me tell you, if you have 5 kids
Sure.
and they have no supper, are you going to tell me you guys are happy because
That's so true.
there's no.
if you have 5 kids, they have no supper, you're broke.
Yeah.
Mumu, you guys are going to be happy. To what extent?
There's no extent.
I can freedom air.
Freedom what?
I think to an extent.
Yes.
Yes, not buy happiness, but can buy everything.
Zero money could
Let me
buy.
tell you
Not
that.
everything.
Jero.
Money can't
Money.
buy if you went to heaven. But the rest is going to buy.
No,
That's the truth.
it's your time to die. Even if you pay the doctors how much.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
Every
Apart
time
from
I
that, but even money can extend your life.
Yeah.
Let's
Money can extend your life.
first leave Jero to cook.
Money
Jero.
can extend your life. Jero has asked me, if he didn't have racks, if his parents didn't have racks, wouldn't he be dead already? How do you buy an inhaler? You need money for that.
It's extended.
It doesn't extend your life. Aren't you happy now that you have more life?
But if he has a terminal illness,
Go for the surgery then.
Even cancer these days can get treated. At least you can increase a little bit of your life. Eventually you
Exactly, but you're
die.
going to die.
Money buys happiness.
Buys happiness.
Tanya, you're only
Buys
sad because
everything.
you're broke and your
I can't be
boyfriend's
sad. You
broke.
don't like money. I can't be sad and broke. That thing is too much.
That's when the stress.
You can't have
So
stress.
pressure.
You can't.
You can't tell me
I rather be
you're broke.
stressed when I know in the weekend I can go to Zanzibar.
Yes.
Come back on Monday and I go to work.
You can go to France for the weekend.
Let me tell you, the truth is, I rather
The
be
person with money can do something about it. For you.
for you has no money.
You
You
just-
can actually depressed. First of
No, but
all,
you're talking about that and
depression as a term is only for people with money. If you're broke, you cannot use such terms.
Have you
Are
heard-
you depressed? Are you stupid?
Just say you're sad.
Join us in the therapy.
I think you're saying you're depressed.
we are days in a
You don't have
naku.
money for therapy.
Therapy
You're
is
chatting with when you're
expensive.
depressed.
All of us need money.
True.
Everyone needs money.
Agreed.
You
Yes.
cannot be happy without money, guys. It's not about even women. Women are always chasing money because they also want to be happy. That's why girls go and sell their bodies because they want to be happy.
Even men sell their bodies.
Even men sell their bodies because they want to be happy.
No, but it's happening
Is that
with
true?
men.
though?
That's why the person in a comment has said, if I could change the outlook of something in society,
Yeah.
it would be prioritization of material success over personal well-being.
Hey, baby, I'm happy because I'm broke. Tebiri.
Never find a person on the road
Then
and
go
say,
hand in hand.
Personal
No,
well-being.
no, being happy.
Me having money, that's my personal well-being.
First of all, when you have money, you can go for therapy anytime. You can go to the hospital. You can ensure your life is good because you're not going to die. You can die.
You can do
Because you have
anything
money
you
to all the
want.
things that need you. But you tell me
broke.
you're going to go.
Imagine
Join us at the apples.
Have you ever seen a broke person happy?
Some broke people are
You
happy.
can't buy them.
First of all, as here you are, man. We are lucky, but we really have money.
We're not rich.
We're not rich, eh? But like, that's
But
okay.
you're working on it.
Yeah, but then to that
For example,
point,
right now, if I crave KFC, wow,
you get it. Yeah.
KFC is short, guys.
But that's, as this person in the comment has said, it always leads to stress and
You
dissatisfaction.
guys,
That's why you always
Yeah,
hate when
even
you
if you're
because when
rich-
you can't go to
That's why
Dubai.
when they
The thing
you get peace.
even if you're
That's why
rich,
for them when
if
they
you're
take
poor, you won't be stressed.
When they take that first cafe ceremony, you can't go there even for a soda.
Just
You
get
start
rich. Let me
crying.
tell you the truth.
Why don't you be
But
happy? You can't
I said that professor is fucked up.
Maybe that's because you can't go because
So
I'm broke
sad.
and happy.
Cut me,
Yourself at home, eh?
Yoga asked you, let's just go karting.
let me advise.
60k each.
Let me
Those
advise.
dinner, you start crying.
Let me advise.
Because they go karting 60k for 10 minutes.
Listen.
Buying food for 120.
Kati
You're crying for us.
mutandika okwesiba ku bantu. My tie on Chigozi. Chigozi is one of the rich guys I know. If you don't tie on people, mujja kufa bwobwavu.
No, but sometimes you can't hire men.
Sometimes you can't tell a rich person.
Because
Because a rich person, a rich person has a car, he can crash it and tomorrow you'll have the same car. For you, you've been saving for it for 5 years.
Once you crash
Once
it,
you crash it,
Let me tell you,
First person for 10 years.
when you always be with rich people, you always have their
Pick up their
mindset.
habits.
You start picking up. That's
if
how
you
you
have their
learn.
habits, doesn't mean you're going to pick up their money.
True.
You don't work.
You learn to fake it.
True.
There are people who go to bars, then he starts saying first half. When he gets drunk, tells first have some transport. He gives you 1 million thinking it's 2K. puts in your pocket, you go. For you, it's poor. It's so bad.
You know, why he sponsors us?
But then why are you going out with no money? I know you're broke, but why are you going out with no transport?
Certain girls who
That's
go
why
out
rich
on
guys
dates,
be at that
I
club.
think that's
certain girls who go out on dates with no money, sometimes not even a date, no money at all. We're expecting to
maybe
pay for me
so.
from there. You dress up, look nice, and go to a bar.
Jero, women have the whole thing of, as long as you look good and you trust your face card, on God you can get anything you want.
Face card, you value
We
claim.
all know your girl got money
that one I'm not
for looking
reading
nice.
Which car?
You ask me.
No. No. No.
At a face card.
That's a
Those can never
Have a little
decline.
face
Have that
card. Anyway,
thing.
sometimes I go out with my friends and other niggas pay for our food. Because they have little face cards. So like guys, as this guy said, Masibe Kumad.
That's what I was saying.
But some girls don't have little face cards. Pretending that they are baddies because you have a 2K following on Instagram.
Yeah.
Be direct, please.
That's also questionable. Anyway, this person continued and said,
Okay.
if I could change one thing about how people see life, it would be the whole you need to have everything figured out mindset. Like, why is
You
everyone
really
in such a
don't.
rush? Like, why is everyone in such a rush? It just makes you feel behind for no
You
reason.
don't have so many things.
I wish people were more cool with figuring things out slowly and just living, honestly.
That makes it seem
But
like
don't
it's a
figure them out
competition.
too slow.
Don't figure out things so
Okay,
slowly.
the world is not going to wait for you. That's the first. That's
The world is not going to wait
Wait,
for
that's
you.
even camouflage. The world is not going to
Yourself, cause you're taking your time.
wait.
We are in a rush because we're about to die. There's no time already.
That's the thing about man.
Mudukanyo.
That's the thing top side about this about Africans. You guys think
Africans think we have a lot of time.
Yeah, there's no time. Nobody would think.
This is a rich man telling you this. There's no time.
There's honestly no time. Even if could die tomorrow.
You people are putting anti-pressure on them.
Person what?
The pressure is
But
not it.
they're saying that the whole mentality of figuring out. We're not saying that necessarily figure out everything, but have
Yeah.
a plan. Some guys have no plans and they just think things are going to work.
To come
You didn't
to
apply to uni, now you are gonna get to uni.
Yeah,
Do you want us to do what for you?
Who are you attacking?
Be direct.
This is an example, guys.
Be
For
direct.
example, I'm not attacking
God
anyone.
can't just throw a steady plan for you if you can't even
If you can't think about,
Yeah.
hey, God gave you a brain and is expecting you to use your
So you
brain.
just
properly. You know, you're stupid sometimes. It's okay to be stupid, but at least have something.
You at least have a plan.
At least have
And
something.
then you go
I thought we were
just
finding.
pray every day.
I thought we were getting a
God, every time you're praying,
But have this in mind.
every time you're giving offer of 600,000.
I thought you were giving
That's
us.
the best, that's 600,000.
I thought
To
you were
make more
giving. We were
money
giving
in the
the guy in
stock
the comment the solution to the
Solution.
problem.
I know.
We're trying to say that also his mindset could be.
Yeah.
We're not liking it. Yeah, but it's our personal opinion.
Yeah.
It's honestly our personal opinion, but for them, nah,
No comment.
they'll comment what they want.
All of us need material things.
Anyway, we're
Next
now going to
comment.
the crazy story section. It's back to the whole episode of when we said pettiest reasons why you'd reject someone. Some people have bad manners, as I go back on that whole thing. Some people are just indecent and indisciplined. There's
Sorry.
this one story.
Disrespect.
There's this one story where I was seeing on some podcast that I was watching on TikTok. So the babe went to see the guy at her place, and apparently she felt like she needed to take a shit. She was at the guy's place. She felt like she needed to take a shit at the guy's place, right? But she didn't want to embarrass herself because you know how you go in the toilet and
And
probably the
sometimes it
water is
doesn't
not
flush.
clear. Sometimes it doesn't flash. So the babe went to the toilet, got a cavera. She's on a
Guy.
This is okay. Avoid embarrassment. Avoid embarrassment. And we end up embarrassing ourselves
Okay.
even more.
What?
Let me cook that. I'm not
Tell
cooking
it there for a
that.
reason.
She
There's a
shot
hand
him
of
up there.
for a reason.
This is the thing. She took that shit in a beer because she didn't want to embarrass herself.
Not
And then
custom.
halfway, her other friends come to the guy's place. Apparently, it was like a joint party thing.
Oh.
Her other friends come to the place and they knock on the door, so she has to hurry out and get her to the toilet. So she tries to tie it up, but she's looking for a place to throw up the shit. She's not seeing. So she's like,
Outside.
I'll take it when I'm going home. So she leaves that shit in the guy's toilet, right? Meanwhile,
In a corner.
in the
where-
corner somewhere, anywhere. Anyway, this guy goes and then like the whole party ends with Chivichi. Then of course he goes and finds out the whole shit. Then the babe went on a radio show, right, complaining that the guy didn't call her back after their date.
What?
But
The
can you
babe
blame that
complained.
guy?
She was trying to find a reason why the guy didn't call her back. Listen, this is the babe. The babe
She hadn't yet. Eh?
she went and called on a radio show, so they had to call the guy and put him on the line. They had to go call and put the guy on the line. Do you know what the guy
Heading
said
to
about
the
the
jungle
whole
of
thing?
Inon.
He said that apparently when I was talking to this girl,
He kept it.
apparently when I was talking to this girl, she told me that she had bad manners. And I never knew that. I thought she was just playing. You know how girls just be like, I have bad manners, I have bad manners, and I'm indecent, something like that. The reason why I never called the back is because when I went to my toilet to go, I was smelling something. I went to open the cavera and I'm seeing a pile of shit there. You honestly expect me to text a girl after that? She can't even take her own shit to her home.
But let me tell you, as a man, there's a lot of things that are going through your mind. Like, yo, what is shit in your bathroom? You cannot think it's actually witchcraft. You get it? Like, bro, you're not going to call the same girl back.
No, can I call you like you left your shit at my place?
First, wait, how do you start the phone call?
The girl started that I'm even accusing her.
Bro,
She can tell her friends, can you imagine
what this guy did?
He called me first of all, he didn't even give me transport. He still remember the shit.
He's telling me when I left shit at his home.
He didn't even give me
What is
transport.
the area transport people do?
Imagine this guy.
Let's first be
Some guys are honestly
There's no
Let's
person
not
chatting.
do this, you guys.
so stupid.
Wow, cut now.
And then this other thing of girls always pretending all the time.
Pretending.
anyway, which one?
Pretending in show.
I have a story about another girl. You know, I always have my stories.
The names mentioned.
No names mentioned.
No
Stories
names
about girls.
mentioned.
That's nice.
I'm not
So,
going to jail for either of you.
Actually, this wasn't even about me. It's about a boy of mine. But of course, I'm not disclosing the names. So there was a girl I was talking to. And a boy of mine had already eaten her. Right? So we recommend this girl to some other boy of ours. So they go and then they link. My boy doesn't get some. But the reason was, the babe told him, it's my first time. My boy told her, it's your first time, yet my boys have recommended you. What do you mean by women?
And for some reason she thinks.
And then when we call her a prostitute,
They just don't want you. They just don't want you.
We just stop using that
They
word.
just don't want you. That's
how do you say never recommended you?
They just
It's your
don't.
first
They
time.
just don't want you. That's the thing. They just don't want you.
Some
They
people
recommend you.
honest.
They know they are sure of your lash. They know everything about you. So like they're sure
give
you're
up.
good in that industry.
Maybe she's just nervous and
They
she's
just-
lying
they
her way
just-
through
She came
it.
without knowing that she was the other ones who.
She didn't know that we
She
recommended
didn't
that to
know.
our
But
boy.
if you have mutual friends and they come to you and you say,
Honestly, if men are mutual, I can't
You can't what?
like,
you can't double
Like
around.
I can't dab around. It's not smart.
Oh, it's not
It's
smart.
not
So you can
smart.
do things with a
Aye.
smart game in mind.
Yeah, you need to use your brain.
Expand on that.
Ah.
So this is like chess.
Okay.
We are
When you're playing checkers, when you're playing
This has been the game all along.
pieces on the board.
Where the pieces being moved.
Let you in kings. Your
First
First,
elaborate.
So elaborating on that, let me say Troy and Kata are G's. So I'm dating Kata and whatnot and doesn't work out. Then me and Troy have something. I can't take it anywhere because I know Kata's already probably told his boy something. Maybe man, her lash isn't good. He has had.
talk about it.
There's no way.
What do you mean?
But you boys sit in a conference and talk about.
Some boys are private.
It's a lie.
Let me tell you.
You boys
I'm
sit in a
pretty sure I'm
conference.
speaking for all boys here.
First of all, let
You
me-
people
let me
sit in
say
a
something.
conference.
When I'm
Use
looking
that
out,
same
when
line.
I'm looking
All
out
of
for my
you.
friends, don't say that I have Lugamo.
Which
It's not
conference is that?
When I'm
Lugambo.
looking out for my friends,
It's not
We are
Lugambo.
looking forward to each other to just,
like,
Yeah.
I cannot make Troy make the same error that I made.
heads up.
It's only an error in our lives. Why am I giving that same error to Troy?
Exactly. Since I'm an error, why should I be erroring in twice? No.
But some girls are for the GC, that's the truth.
Eh?
Abi just said GC.
Eh? What?
Ah.
Okay. Girls for the GC, even their boys for the GC, by the way. We just don't call you out, but next comment.
The boys for the GC. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
How sure is that for
We don't even call them boys for the GC, we call him our boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Litania, this is strictly for you.
Why
Do you
is it strictly
think?
from me?
Do you think that a boy being a hoe, or as you just said that
Our boy.
Do you think a boy being our boy makes him less attractive?
No.
It doesn't make him less attractive.
Yeah, he can still be attractive, but when he's our boy.
Would you date him?
You date him.
Of course not, he's our boy. Like he's our boy. I can't date our
What if
boy.
you want
Yeah.
what if you want to leave all the other girls to become just your boy?
There's no way.
I
That's
didn't
not
even-
possible.
It's possible.
It really isn't.
Come, it has been like this. First week,
This has been
I
the
can.
game. This has always been the game.
The
You just
thing
don't
is,
know.
I can change him. There's no such thing.
chooses to change for
exactly.
you.
Cameron chose to change himself. Did someone change him?
What?
Who's Cameron?
It's self-improvement.
Guys, that's weird.
That might come through.
It's self-improvement. It's self-improvement.
Anyway, the truth is that you really can't.
You can't change
You can't be
someone.
like, change this person. The truth is
Are you
that-
Bob the Builder?
Are you Bob the Builder?
No, but it can happen. It can happen. It can happen.
What else attack is made in a podcast? Why else are you getting attacked so quickly?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking
about,
about. Man, just no, I've seen it happen. So I
You've
feel
seen it
like you can
happen.
actually change someone.
But also to an extent, it was not changed.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
they're willing to, they will actually do it.
Because
So at the end of the day, it's all about them.
It's all about
Jiro,
Yeah.
how
Yes,
many?
giving them the-
I want to first ask Jiro. Jiro, how many have you changed successfully?
Yeah.
Bro, the last one you tried failed. We knew that.
failed.
It didn't fail. It just crashed.
Do you think?
Crashed out.
I don't. Let me tell you, I don't believe you can change. That's why I asked him. I don't think you
So
can
she
change the
didn't,
whole.
but you told me
She wasn't willing to change
I
for
agree with
him.
Nkata's
She wasn't
perspective,
willing
though.
to change for him.
I wouldn't say, oh, but you can change that guy.
But okay,
Yeah.
you can. But boys, I don't think you can.
Why just you gotta show them?
I'm just.
Okay. I don't even know. Okay, there's this one other question. Do you think comparing relationships to TikToks spells a good
Yes.
thing?
It's unhealthy.
Yes. Done.
It's highly unhealthy.
Troy, tell us what happened between you and your relationship.
Why are you comparing your relationships with?
Why do
TikTok
people keep
relationships?
saying Troy is in a relationship, though?
But apparently,
Troy as a guy.
let us
Troy,
Okay.
defend yourself.
I want to ask which one.
These guys are asking why you're comparing relationships to TikTok. Why do you want to compare a relationship to TikTok? Those are guys in the other side. For you, why do you want to compare? They're on the other side of the screen. For you, why compare yourself?
And they might just be showing you that they might even be fighting off camera.
What if they're fighting?
But it's self-relation. It tells you in a relationship why you fight.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not supposed to fight. Okay, actually, if you're in a relationship
And you
never
don't fight.
fought,
That's a problem.
you know that you have to tell each other some stuff.
No.
That's a problem.
That's the problem.
I feel like
That's a problem.
For 3 years. For 3 years.
Let me tell you.
For 3 years.
She's cheating behind your back. Let me tell you.
Hey,
No one has told us. No one has told us.
Like,
You must have-
Guys,
And you know how I feel she's going to be like, my relationship with
Guys,
him is so
guys, let me
boring.
cook.
Like
Let
we
me
never
cook.
Then the
fight.
should make you guys argue. She's not with you 100%.
Guys, let me cook. Guys, let me cook. This is all coming from watching TikTok relationships. Let me tell you. Sometimes, as Jerry said in our past episodes, we just have past trauma. We don't know how to be loved right.
Real.
Sometimes someone's honestly trying to love you by just being calm and just being with you and enjoying every moment. But you, because your past women, we're always hurting you, we're always cheating, we're always making up some petty excuses, some petty arguments. You assume that's how you're supposed
So
to
you're
be.
living through past trauma.
No, he heals.
Some people do that.
I don't think I've healed yet, but okay. Sometimes I live through past trauma. What I'm trying to
That's
say.
why you need to be able to afford therapy. Yes, to feel.
Good point.
Anyway, that's why I need to be able to afford
Do you think a
therapy.
relationship can break you to that extent of needing therapy?
Yes.
True.
What happened to you last year?
It's never that deep.
Hey.
Tell us, please.
So, more like, you guys please don't attack.
Jero has been in two. He knows the
Moving
situation.
on.
I thought you were in one. What the second one came from
What
where?
happened to you last year?
Jero,
Troy, what happened to you
Something
last year?
happened to Troy. Troy is
that has
laughing.
happened to me last
Do
year.
you know why he's always laughing? Because he said he died a smile. You know he has his scars.
False image in front, huh?
Yeah.
What's
There are
that?
issues.
Behind he has some other problems.
Like if you talk to him, you'll start tearing.
But we're going to pay for your therapy.
Yes.
We're going to collect as a group, take it to therapy. I think you need it.
That couple canceling it.
Okay, do you think it can heal you?
Why therapy? I feel like it can help.
Yeah.
But you just have to choose, be like, okay, man, I can do better.
Therapy only works
Do
if
you think a
you're.
girl can hurt you that bad that you need therapy?
Yes.
Man, Troy, it honestly depends. Like you was clowning the whole time.
It's never that deep, you guys.
You only started saying that because they hurt you.
Now, we.
You learned your lesson.
You learned your lesson, that's why you listen.
Hurt people hurt others.
Drama, as I've talked about, it's never that deep because the girl you are with always showed that was never that deep. But you're going to get someone who's going to show you that.
And then
Yeah.
after when she leaves you,
And he shows
See,
you.
the issues you can get that person, and that trauma won't allow you to even love them well.
True.
Because you still have that.
That's why sometimes you need to heal. Kata,
Need some time.
I do heal.
Some time.
You need some time.
Need some time.
How long?
Last time you're telling us you want to get off the market. I think you're still in the market.
It's really.
It's still healing, eh? Anyway, I guess that's really been an episode. I've talked about too much, so I've over side quested as we wanted to. This has been an Eid special episode. We're so happy to have had two guests on the episode today, Chucks and Tanya. We thank you so much for coming. Please say something for our viewers, Chucks.
Next time's going to come in.
So guys, as I said, it's special. 100% just to follow you, I'm sure. So guys, subscribe to the channel for get more useful stuff like this. And that's it.
Something. He told me to say something. No, he told me to say something. Anyways, as I was saying something, you're welcome to check out the content from these boys. Yeah, the boys side quests. They have raw input.
No filter.
Good, they're busy.
It's okay. We're all
They said you're half baked, bro. They said you're raw. Anyway,
They have raw input and amazing content, so should feel free.
okay.
They have a Snapchat as well.
Sure, we
yeah.
always be posting on our Snapchat. Please like, follow, subscribe.
And
We're supposed to actually read the comments, but we're going to do that in the next episode.
Yeah.
Time's going right now. Our sponsors are on our backs. Anyway, one thing I'd shout out to girls: don't be prostitutes.
stop calling them
Don't
prostitutes.
get paid to do things for men.
you can find someone who will give you
Yeah,
everything you
yes,
That's
want.
the thing. Cards.
As well as one
Cards.
another.
Cards. They are
Asante.
not prostitutes.
You can't give what you don't.